Hello, this is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the giant paper dandelion flower, seed, leaves on the bottom, the stand and the stem for these backdrops. Please like this video below and subscribe to my channel. All the materials will be listed below the video along with a template for the Cricut, Silhouette, or other cutting machines, and a print version to hand cut for those that don't have a cutting machine and are hand cutting. I like to cut half by hand and half with the machine to cut the time, or at least cut some by the machine to help me stencil to hand cut the rest. We will need a total of 10 of the yellow fringes, and I cut 2 per sheet of paper, so you will need a total of 5 sheets of yellow paper. Then you need the same shape but in small, medium, and large for these petal shapes. The small petal shape will be cut horizontally on a letter size yellow paper, and we need 4 sheets of paper, and we are cutting 8 with the stack of 4. You will have a total of 32 small petals. The petals don't have to look exactly like the ones you cut from the machine. You just need the top of the petal to have these jaggedy edges and let it meet at the same height. Next will be the medium-sized petals, and you will need 8 sheets of paper, and we cut 4 of these petals with a stack of 8 sheets, which means you will have a total of 32 medium petals. You could cut a stack of 4 and then another stack of 4. If you are placing this through the cutting machine, make sure to fit 4 petals on each sheet of paper. Next will be the large size petal, and this will be the same 8 sheets of paper and cut 4, which makes another total of 32 large petals. So you will have a total of 10 yellow fringe center shape, 32 small petals, 32 medium petals, 32 large petals. You could add more or less depending on how full you want your flower. I did pair my overall bundle with a small dandelion flower, which just had less petals, so mix and match what you like. Then keep them in the right pile of size, and I do like to work in increments of 4 or 8. So keep them in the stack of 4 or 8 like an even number. Then shape these by slightly curling the sides in and the tips curled back. Then go back to the fringes and roll up one and glue every so often so it doesn't unravel, and glue that into the coupler you are using for your PVC pipe for your stem. I recommend a 3/4 inch PVC pipe for your flower stem, which means you'll need a 3/4 inch coupler to your PVC pipe. You could directly attach it to your PVC pipe, but I like to use the coupler so you could detach it when you need to transport your flowers. Then continue to add the fringes on the outer area of your coupler, but try to keep the fringes on the top area of the coupler. Finish gluing all 10 of your fringes. Then go from smallest to biggest size, and I like to work in increments of 4 to keep track of our 32 petals of each layer. So glue the first 4 petals like the letter T or letter X. Then glue the next set of 4 in between, which will have our first 8 petals. Then I go in increments of 8 and glue the next 8 in between the first 8 petals. So basically I go in increments of 8 after this. It's okay if you end up losing track of your petals. You could just check every so often where you are when you are gluing your petals by looking on the top side and making sure they are evenly spreading out around the center. When you are finished with the small set, go ahead and glue the next 32 medium petals and the 32 large petals over that. You will eventually make your way down the coupler, but do not go below the coupler. You want to keep all your petals within the coupler length. You could also curl your petals back every layer you go. Just get more shape. If it's just sticking straight up, I gently curl it back. Again, if you want to do more or less petals, you can definitely make one that's bigger and one that's smaller for a bundle. Next, get a set of 8 green leaves and glue that onto the bottom as close to the coupler. This will help hide any messiness on the bottom of your flower. Next will be the dandelion seed, and I did have a tutorial for this before, but this one will have a little more detail and it is optional. I add the white fringes on a white floral wire and I add 2 pieces per stem, and you will need to make about 50 of these to fill a whole sphere and even more to look fuller. Then I add a little bit of brown tissue paper and add it towards the bottom end of the floral wire, leaving a few inches on the bottom alone. And again, this is optional. You could just do it plain like the one I show you in this picture. Go ahead and finish 50 of these. The next part, I'll be showing you my giant flower stem and base kit. You can find them linked below the video and comes with this metal base that is nice because it is flat to the crown and collapsible. Comes with the screws so you can screw the rod, and I also provide this green paper to cover the metal. I tried painting it before, but it just chips off the metal, so this paper works fine. And you could add the grass bundle if you want and add your pipe. The pipe that I provide will be flexible, and it's flexible but it also holds the shape once you shape it. But I will also show you how to DIY this. This part will be for the base of the giant paper flower so it could stand on its own, and the stem. I like to use the Rapid Set Cement All, and I haven't really experimented with other types of concrete. This one has a light gray finish and smooths on its own. Comes in a smaller box if you want to only make a couple, or a bigger bag if you want to make a lot of stands. I'll be using plastic plant saucers that you can find in the plant section as our mold, and I'm using an 8-inch size, but there are bigger sizes if you want to add multiple flowers in one base. I use duct tape to guide my 3/4 coupler of my 3/4 inch PVC pipe. That will be my stem, so that it will come apart to transport in a car. If you're using a different size PVC pipe, get the matching coupler. Add duct tape on only one end of the coupler. These will be found at Home Depot, Lowe's, or on Amazon, and I'll try my best to link all of this below the video. Make sure you are being safe and wear gloves and a mask so you don't breathe in the fine dust, and safety goggles when working with this. I used about 6 scoops of these disposable plastic cups, but I like to work in small increments. If you do a lot at a time, it is harder to mix. You will also have to be quick so it doesn't set while you mix. Then add a little bit of water as you go and mix until you get a pancake consistency. Add more concrete if you need to thicken it. Fill up until you cover just the bottom and add your coupler. I have my coupler connected with a small PVC pipe just so I could hold it on the top. Then fill up a little more until right below the coupler ends. It should take a couple hours to fully set, so while we wait for that, we will now get the stems ready with PVC pipe. I got a pan, ladle, and funnel from a thrift store that I designated for this and not use for cooking. Then you can find playground sand outside or actually buy a bag of sand. I like to have enough to fill up the pan so I could work on multiple at a time, but if you are only making one, you could just use a little more than your PVC pipe could hold. Heat it up until you feel the sand is too hot to touch. Then tape one end of the PVC pipe with duct tape, and the other side use a funnel and ladle to scoop your sand into the pipe. Then fill to the top and close it up with duct tape. And on the ground, you could shape your desired shape. This will look a little different from each flower, so shape accordingly. You could use heat gun or even a blow dryer, but I felt the heated sand gave me the most even heat without kinking the pipe. Then take the sand back out. Once you have the PVC pipe stems ready, I add thick floral wire 16 gauge towards the bottom of the PVC pipe and add this with masking tape. Then get green crepe paper, and I will be linking this below, and I cut a strip about 2 inches or so. Then stretch the crepe paper and use white glue and glue it on the PVC pipe. And start making your way down the PVC pipe and glue it every so often so it doesn't unravel. Then for the dandelion seed, I do add a 5.6-inch styrofoam ball that comes in green and add 6 leaves on the styrofoam and let it curl down towards the stem. Next will be the leaves on the stem, and I cut them in 2 parts, the top and the bottom, and you want to pair them, so I cut 2 tops and 2 bottoms and connect the top and bottom for both. Then you should have 2 of these leaves where it should pair on top and glue just along the border and do not glue on the bottom end. Then add the second leaf on top and there should be an opening on the bottom of the stem. Then shape the leaves by just curling some ends up and some ends down. I added 3 leaves on one stem, but you could add more or less. Next is just to cover up any messiness on the bottom of the stand. I cut about 10 leaves that only have a pointy tip on one end. Then I do a small strip that will loop around the PVC pipe and glue the leaves going around the loop and overlap a few extra leaves in between, and this will be going on the bottom of the stand before adding your PVC pipe. This will be useful to hide if you are doing the concrete DIY version as well. Then add your leaves on the stem. Then add your dandelion onto the green styrofoam. Then add your dandelion flower, and I paired it with a smaller dandelion flower along with a giant paper butterfly, and I will link the giant butterfly tutorial and template below the video as well. These are going to be great for backdrops for events like weddings, birthday parties, window displays, and more. Please like this video below and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.